Quickly take your arm out.
What's the question?
Stop tensing.
There's nothing to tense.
What are the advantages and disadvantages?
No, the zoom isn't good enough.
I think you got it.
What was the question?
What are the advantages and disadvantages of prototyping?
Advantages and disadvantages of prototyping. Of which type? Visual prototyping. The advantages are you can
I
see
think both.
you can see the design, you can see how it's going to work, how the users click through. The disadvantages that in reality you don't know
If it's going to look
whether they need another route to take or.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't
It
know
puts
how exactly they're going to use
It's
it.
also good with what
The
you guys
visual
have
is how
just
you
done.
think they're going to use it. Functional is how they use it.
But also
How
what
they
you guys
actually-
have just done with your idea. So you've always had it in your sort of mind with, you've been sort of telling people your vision and they've had to guess how it looks. So when you've actually got it on a screen, you can say, this is what we're talking about. It means that they straight away can see it in their head.
Yeah.
But then the only problem is once you then realise that actually, like you said, some of the functionality is now going to change and you've seen it on the screen, your visual prototype that you've shown someone might change and evolve and be different. So I think that's the only problem, that after your visual, that's probably when your proof of concept sort of changes. What you had in your mind has then been put on paper, and then you might come out with something completely different.
And it puts your idea on paper, so
Yeah.
it makes
Are there any other
you've got an idea.
advantages and disadvantages?
makes everything clear. You notice all your
Disadvantage, it might not actually look like that at the end, like I said.
disadvantage is that you may have a great idea in your head. You put it down on paper,
It's shit.
and it doesn't work, and you can't. You haven't thought about things that you didn't think about before, and you think, right, then it's a waste of time. That may be an advantage because it saves you time, but it's a disadvantage because all the time you spent on it.
And whereas the prototype might show you where you're going wrong, it won't necessarily show you how to put it right, will it?
No. Yeah, so it doesn't. That's true. It doesn't
It
tell
can
you.
give you an idea of what to do, but it doesn't tell you exactly what to do to have it right.
It's true.
Any more?
But then, what's the difference between prototype and then, say, a beta version or production design?
Well, the beta types, like we said, the prototype's showing that it's so that you can, when you go and talk to people, you're explaining your idea. You've got it on paper, like you said. You've done it. But the beta version is actually making it work. So
Getting
you're,
users.
Yeah. So the prototype is still, in a sense, it's just your vision, but it's something that other people can buy into and look into. But once you've done the functionality one, someone could actually test it out and put on their property, or they could test out if Adam actually understands what they're saying.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, that by then you might have got in partners, began to build up that business. You do the functional wise, and you think, actually, this doesn't work.
Anything else on that one?
No. Pretty much it.